Okay, guys, I'm gonna say this and just take it for what it's worth. This is the greatest cologne spray of all time, in my opinion. This is an absolute bomb, heavyweight haymaker of a spring summer fragrance. Like, if you're old enough to know, like, Chrome in the 2000s and late 90s, which is a little early for me, but in the 2000s was definitely a massive, massive hit. And I was honestly kind of shocked to see that this is like an eau de cologne concentration, because when this thing came out, I don't even know if it was that back in the day. I feel like it wasn't that. Like, you could go into the mall and you would pay 50, 60 bucks for a bottle of Curve. Now you can find a 4.2 ounce for, I don't know, 20, 25, between 20 and 30 bucks. And I think they have kind of watered it down a little bit. Like, back in the day, you could spray this 4 times and you're good to go. It's going to last all day. But this is a really, really good fragrance. It's underrated, and it's not known by a lot of younger people these days. Like, back in the early 2000s, I would say, like, before 1995, or excuse me, that's way too early. Before 2005, I would say this was definitely a haymaker in its day. And people would wear it, and it just smells so fresh, and it doesn't smell cheap and alluring. It's like a fresh and upscale fragrance. So, a lot of times people say, ooh, this is a fresh shower jelly. No, back in the day, you would smell this and you're like, okay, that's fresh, but somebody paid, 50, 60 bucks, and they were for this. I was heartbroken to hear this was eau de cologne. I used to wear another fragrance called Curve Crush, and I would get a ton of compliments on that. And this is a long, long time ago. And I got some earlier, and then the dry down was just so basic that I was like, This came out in 1996. So, it's not new to the game, but it definitely still smells great. Like, if somebody told me this came out in like 2016, 2018, I'd believe them. This is an aromatic green fragrance. The top notes are pineapple, lavender, lemon, juniper berries, neroli. Middle notes are bergamot, cactus, ginger, sage, violet, cardamom, coriander. Base notes are musk, sandalwood, mahogany, cedar, pepper, amber, and vetiver. It doesn't have tonka bean. And this smells good on the dry down. I would say on the dry down, some colognes kind of like drop off to where they're like 30%. They smell about 30% as good as they did. This one's kind of old school, so the atomizer's not great on it. Like, Curve it's not what it once was, but it's still a really good fragrance. And I mean, I would pick this up. I wouldn't pay more than 30 bucks. And I would say, don't be fooled by the 4.2 ounces. Like, you probably need about 5 to 7 sprays on this. The atomizer's not great. It does come with a little thing. It doesn't come with a cap, but it comes with a little thing that you can put under the atomizer so it doesn't accidentally spray. But yeah, this is definitely worth a pickup. Like, if you don't have this in your collection, this is a no-brainer. Like, this is a very, very good gym scent. Perfect gym scent. I would say back in the day, like, everybody was wearing this. I usually don't say that about a lot of fragrances because a majority of people don't wear a ton of cologne, have a ton of cologne or fragrance. But I would say, like, man, early 2000s, like 2002 to 2005, too many people were wearing this. But now it's kind of died down. It's kind of flying under the radar. This is the best Curve right here, the original. There are some flankers, and you can buy those. Like, they are eau de cologne. You can still wear them, but like, I would rather buy a cheapy like London or a Camara fragrance like this, or even this Pour Homme, over buying the flankers for this. This, you gotta have Curve. And you can even wear this in the winter. Like, it's very inoffensive. It's very fresh. I don't know. To me, it smells fresh, sophisticated, and upscale for what it is. And I mean, it does have a ton of notes. And I mean, if you can imagine those notes being like super well executed and well blended, like, that's what this was back in the day. Like 20 years ago, this was it. Especially those top notes: pineapple, lavender, lemon, juniper berries, neroli. you're gonna kill it with those things. And then like mid notes, bergamot, cactus, ginger, sage. If you just needed a casual fragrance to wear around the house, wear to the gym, wear errands, this is definitely a go-to. Like wearing with the suit after 5 to something formal, no, I wouldn't do that unless it was your only option. Like I'd wear something like this. And again, we're talking about cheapies here. I'm not just talking about all fragrances. I wear something like this. So if you were just like, hey, I have a very small budget, I just want to get 2 fragrances and just rock with them year round, I would get these 2. Like these would be, I mean, and this is based on like them smelling amazing and not really you smelling like everyone else. And then also availability. You can find this in any rack store you go to any day, all day. And then you can get this from Walmart or online on Amazon very, very easily, very, very fast. Anyway, I highly recommend this.